What's up, guys? Anime Prince here, and I'm back with What If Asta Had Purgatory Flame Magic Part 3. So last part we last stopped with Asta and in the Golden Dawn, with Noelle and Luck defeating Mars. So a week later, Asta and the Black Bulls are sitting down and eating breakfast and sitting down, and Ayami is talking about how good job they did at how Asta defeated the Diamond Kingdom so easily. And yeah, so and Asta's like, it's nothing that big of all, man. He was a good challenge though, but I didn't want to kill him because I want to face him off in the future. I get where you're going at, kid, but good job. And while that's happening, Yami says you guys will have to go report in and give the details about the mission you guys did at the dungeon. The Wizard Kid, you guys will have to go to the capital, go to headquarters. And Asta's like, yes, sir. And Luck's like, ooh, can I come? There might be some strong people. Yami says, no. Luck, you'll probably try to challenge everybody over there, but it's better if you stay here. And Charming says, ooh, can I come too? No, you'll just eat everything over there. And yeah, so they go to the capital. And while they're over, they're just walking. And Noelle's just like, I'm alone with Asta. Damn it. What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like this? She's like, I really like him, but I don't have the courage to tell him. And Asta's just like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm alright. I'm just a little bit tired from walking. It's only been about a couple of minutes. It's only been about 5 minutes. How are you that tired? Oh, it's just hydration. Oh, okay. A few minutes later, they run into, Klaus and Mimosa. And they say hi to them. Hey, what's up? Yo. So Klaus walks up to Asta, says, are your injuries healed? I'm all good. I really wasn't damaged that much, so yeah, he really didn't damage me that much, so pretty good. But yeah, yeah. So Asta says hey to Mimosa, say, yo Mimosa, thanks for healing me for my injuries last time. Mimosa says, oh, it was no problem, and she hides her face a little bit and runs back. And Asta's like, oh, I see what's going on. And he just puts that to the back of his head and says, another one, eh? And yeah, so Noelle runs up to her and says, what's wrong, Mimosa? It's just that every time I see Asta, I just feel some type of way. I can't just put my mind onto it, and I just feel like this all the time for some reason. And Noelle's just like, she knows that Mimosa has a crush on Asta too, and she's just like, wait, what? And they're just like in complete shock, and they're just running. They're just like shouting, and yeah, and the rest, and Asta are like, and Klaus are just like, I wonder what's up with those two. But Asta's know what's going on, so he's just chilling and just smiling. He's just like, oh well. probably should just confirm that once this mission is over. So yeah. So they walk inside. And they see, while they're walking inside, they go inside the castle, and the Wizard King comes out, and he just comes out, and Klaus says, "That's the Wizard King." And Klaus bows down, Mimosa and Noel, and they bow down, and Asta and Yuna are like, "That's the current Wizard King?" And Klaus tells them to get down, and they both get down, and they're like, "Oh, I see. So he's the current Wizard King that we had to surpass. I see." So Asta and Yuna, while they're getting up, they ask, the Wizard King asked them, "How are you guys doing?" They said, "We're doing good." And then Asta and Yuna at the same time say, "How do you become the Wizard King?" And Klaus is just like, "That's disrespectful. You guys shouldn't just be blabbering your mouth in front of the Wizard King like this." The Wizard King says, "It's alright. To become the Wizard King, you have to gain respect." I think he said merit or something. He said you have to gain respect. Gain respect constantly through battles and battles. Have people respect you on the battlefield and off the battle too as well. Put your name through everybody and make everybody fear you, but know you're not to mess with. And constantly gain courage and respect from the people and the captains as well, so you can gain through the ranks as captains and become the Wizard King. Simple as that. Austin, Yuna are in wow. They're like, "Wow, he's actually a cool guy. I wonder what magic he uses. He must be really strong." So the Wizard King Julius asks, "So, how was the mission you guys did?" "It was pretty good. We ran into the Diamond Kingdom, and they had a really strong guy that had 2 types of magics. The Wizard King does the whole, because the Wizard King is like a magic geek nerd. He likes all types of magic. And if you were to tell him what type of magic, he likes magic a lot. So yeah. So when Asta, they just tell the mission how they fought that dude with the cloud, and how he was really strong and stuff. And so when they were so said Asta, shit. So the Wizard King asks, "So I heard that you had got the spirit. You got a spirit in the dungeon." Says, "Yeah, I got a spirit. Can you show me the spells?" Says, "I still have it. I don't know how to figure it out yet. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I don't know how to use the power of the spirit yet. So I'm still trying to do that." And the Wizard King's like, wanted to see the spells so bad. And Asta's like, "Sir, do you know what mine says? My grimoire says, because it has some strange letters." And Asta shows the Wizard King, and the Wizard King says, "I can't really read this. This grimoire. Since the grimoire is like in demon letters, you can't really read it since his grimoire. Asta's grimoire is a 5-leaf grimoire, and it has a demon, aka a demon inside. So yeah, so you can't really read it. So yeah, the Wizard King says, "Yeah, all right, Alright then, I guess that's all. So he says, would you guys like to join us at the ceremony where we're giving off stars to people? We're gonna have a ceremony, and I'd like you guys to come there. And they gladly accept, and they start walking towards the place where everybody's at. So while they're walking in, they open the doors, and they see everyone just staring at them. And they're just like, ah, damn. Oh, well. Just everybody staring at them. And they just go on their line, and they just start eating and stuff, talking and stuff. And the Wizard King goes up and announces that they're giving the people that got stars, I think it was. I can't remember, but the Wizard King gives the stars just like as normal. And yeah, so while that's happening, the Wizard King gives the people their medal or whatever, and says and appreciates them, and says to people that got how many stars they got. And yeah, so while that's happening, the Wizard King goes off, and everybody's just talking about how everybody's just how Asta and are just peasants and stuff, and Asta's having none of that. Like I said, well, Asta's not an idiot in this one. He's actually kind of smart, and he's not just gonna let nobody talk down about him and stuff. He's gonna say, "What did you say?" And then the dudes, and then I think it was one of the people on the Golden Dawns, dude with the green hair. He says, "Can't believe a bunch of peasants are here in our presence." And Asta's like, "What'd you say to me?" And Asta just gives off this aura that says, "Don't mess with me, or you're gonna die." And Asta's giving off this bloodlust towards them, and they're just like, ugh. And they just continue the day, and Solid Noel's brother comes up and says, "Oh, I see, but the biggest fool here is her, Noel. She had to be backed up by peasants and couldn't even do anything throughout the whole thing. Just sit there and be a burden to everybody on the mission, I bet. That's what I heard. She didn't do anything really, I bet." And Solid walks up to Noel and gets the glass of water. Before he spills it on her head, Asta catches his hand and says, "What do you think you're doing?" And Solid's like, "Get out the way, peasant, or I'll have to teach you a lesson not to mess with me." So Solid and Asta are about to fight. So Solid pulls out his grimoire and says, says water magic, twin snakes. And Asta pulls out his grimoire too and says, purgatory flame magic, evaporation. And they're just duking it out for about a couple 10 seconds go by, and they're just duking it out. Purgatory flame magic, flame of justice. And Solid gets overwhelmed and gets thrown into a wall, and Nozel says, "That's enough, you two." And Solid can't do anything because that's his big brother, and his big brother is not to mess with because he's scary too when it comes to it. So yeah, so that all happens, and so Asta's just like, you better not do that again, or you're gonna be, it's gonna be even worse, or it's gonna be even worse for you. And Noelle is pretty happy that she's pretty happy that Asta stood up for her, and that gave her some confidence too. And she's kind of like even more into Asta because like she's the only person that stood up against her brothers, and she wants to be like that, stand up for against herself and tell her brothers that she's strong and she can and be like just like them and stronger than her older sister, and so that she can beat them in the future and be stronger than them. And yeah, so that's all happening, and they hear like they hear somebody walk. They hear like a loud boom outside, and it's like, what is that? What happened? What is that? I mean, yeah. Wait. I mean, before that happens, before that happens, Leopold Leopold says, "I declare you as my rival." And Asta's like, "Oh, I see. So you're Mimosa's cousin, I see. You use fire magic as well?" "Yeah, I do." I see. "I guess you can be my rival as well." And then when they're talking and stuff, out of nowhere, the Wizard King's attendant comes in and says, "Somebody's attacking the capital." And they hear a big boom go off, and they're like, "What is that?" And then the dude says, they tell the dude, the Golden Dawn member dude, to like lay out a map of the city and where's the attack coming from before they head out. And this one, Asta doesn't go out, runs out without just going out and just thinking dumb. He stays there, and they said, "Yeah, we should advise a plan before just heading out." So while they're talking, they say, Asta, Asta and Noelle, you, Asta and Noelle and Mimosa, you guys go, and Klaus and the other people, you go, and they all go out. They all go out. The other captains, they go out, and they go and see. Once they reach outside, it's just a complete mess. Everybody's running around. Everybody's running out, and you see zombies, zombie-like people, just chasing and cornering people. And before a little girl's getting chased, and Asta comes in nowhere and says, "Purgatory flame magic, destruction," and all you see is the zombies getting blown away back into a corner of a wall. And Asta says, "Are you okay, little girl?" "Yes, I am. Where are your parents at?" I, they were there for a minute, and all I heard was people running, and I went out and I couldn't find them." "It's okay now. I'll protect you." So Asta is fighting off the people while with the girl behind him, and he doesn't really need his demon dweller sword, but he still uses it. So he gets tired of this and says, they keep getting back up. I wonder, what are they? I think I should use my demon dweller sword." So he pulls out his sword and he starts slicing and dicing the zombies, and they don't get back up. Since Asta's anti-magic sword can repel all magic, it works on them and it keeps them from getting back up. So he says, I see. So if I use my demon sword, it can cut down these zombies pretty much easy with my flame magic too. So Asta's So Asta is going pretty fast while holding the girl. He's holding the girl while killing the zombies. He's going straight through them like all you see is like a blue flash. A blue flash just going through people, just zooming through people. And Asta's pretty fast too. The only thing you see is just a blue blur. So Asta pretty much has taken down all the zombies already until Asta runs into the dude, that one dude that controls the zombies. And he says, "Are you the one that's been causing all this trouble on the Capitol? So what if I am?" Asta gets mad and says, "You're gonna pay for that." And the dude says, "Huh, and who do you think you are? You're looking at the future Wizard King. My name is Asta, and remember that." So Asta pretty much blitzes the dude, and before that happens, the dude spawns a zombie-like figure that stands about 10 feet tall, and Asta uses his Demon Dweller sword, but it doesn't work because it's like the dude has already seen Asta how his sword can cut through anti-magic, and the dude is just the zombie is just really, really strong and just regenerated fast. So Asta's like, "God, this is a pain. It looks like this dude has studied me." So the dude says, "You must be that anti-magic kid I've been hearing about. The dude that can cancel out all magic. So what if I am?" Well, my master is interested in you, but oh well, I'm not gonna go into details with that though, but so Noelle and Mimosa catch up to Asta and says, so is this the guy that's been causing all the trouble?" "Yeah, he's the guy." So to the other people, to Fugoli, to Leopold is facing off the other people, facing off the zombies, and everything is just in chaos. And everybody's just like, "Where's the Wizard King at? Where's the Wizard King at?" But nobody knows where the Wizard King at. Wizard King's at because he's going towards the Midnight of the Sun's hideout. Yeah. So once they're fighting. So all the other captains are fighting the other people. And everybody's fighting the zombies, but they keep getting back up. The only person that can take them down is Asta, but Asta's fighting the main person that's making the zombies. And Asta's like, and yeah, so while Fugolion is facing one of the zombies, he takes it down pretty easily. I mean, he catches up to Asta and everybody else over there. And Leopold comes up too and says, "So this is the guy?" And before Fugolion can fight him, Fugolion is teleported into another dimension, and Asta's like, "What the hell happened?" And you see this dude, this weird looking dude, pale faced dude, just come out of the pile of the zombies and says, and Asta's like, "So are you the one who teleported him over there?" And the dude's like, "Yes, I am the one who did that." "And so what? But why would you do that? What'd you do to him?" And Leopold's like, "Bring my brother back right now, or I'm gonna kill you." And Leopold's mad, and he's about to rush in and about to fight the dude, but Asta holds him back and says, "You might get teleported somewhere else, just like the other captains did. Just like how the other captains got teleported too. And you don't want to get teleported, so yeah, stay back until we adjust a plan. Just like your brother says. Be calm and think of a plan before rushing in." So Asta Asta thinks to himself, how can I defeat this dude? He has spatial magic and he might teleport me far away. I have to be careful. So Asta thinks of a plan and says, I can probably use my demon dweller sword pretty fast before anything happens, for he can counter my magic, counter me and teleport me somewhere. So Asta's like, I got an idea. I can probably blitz him and get behind him and knock the spatial magic dude so they won't have no time to get away. The other location, people are just chilling. I mean, people are running around. People are running around still, and you see this lady in the sky with the witch hat on a broom, absorbing people's mana and making them turn old, which is making her turn younger and everything. And while the lady is doing that, the lady is just sucking up everybody's mana, and Yuno comes in and fights the lady, and it goes just like in canon. While Yuno's fighting her, Yuno's like, what do you think you're doing to the people of the Clover Kingdom? This is just wrong. Why are you doing this? And the lady says, well, aren't you a handsome boy? Well, what do you want to know? I'm just collecting the civilians' mana so my skin could become clear. And Yuno gets pissed about this and just taking people's mana and making them turn old. And this lady is just doing that just for her skin to be clear. So Yuno just starts fighting the lady. Says, wind magic, arrows. And Yuno pretty much shoots arrows at her, and she gets blown back, but Yuno's having trouble with her because her magic is pretty strong from all those people she absorbed. All the mana, the people she absorbed their mana, and all you see is, like, Yuno's having pretty much hard time getting through fighting the old lady, but she's younger though, but she's actually an old lady, but she sucked up all those people's mana. So she's like completely old. She's like an old hag. So yeah, I'll just call her the old hag. So the old hag is fighting Asta, fighting Yuno, and Yuno falls into a building. And he's like, where the hell am I? And Yuno runs into Charme, and she's just like, what the hell? And Yuno's like, what? She's a Black Bulls member? What is she doing here? I didn't see her come to the capital. But Yuno doesn't care about that. He's just, I have to fight her. And so Yuno fights the old lady, and he's Yuno's almost completely out of mana, and so Charmy says, "Do you want some food?" And Yuno's like, "This isn't the time," but Charmy is just bugging him and said, "Do you want to eat the food? Eat the food." So Yuno's just like, whatever. So Yuno eats the food and says, and his mana's replenished, and he's like, well, wow. This food filled my magic back up to 100%. Thanks. And Charmaine just, no, well, you're welcome, no problem. My meal saving prince. And just like, what? Whatever. Thanks though, but so yeah, in this timeline, defeats her instead of Charmaine because, like I said, Yuno's way more stronger, and he had somebody to train with back in Hodge Village, so defeats her by himself, and the other captains pretty much defeat all those zombies, but they still keep getting back up, so they have to restrain them. And back to Asta and everybody else. So Asta's getting ready to blitz the spatial magic dude. So he pulls out his grimoire says, purgatory flame magic. Flames of dancing. And Asta pretty much gets behind the dude and hits him with a sword, throwing him across the field, across the street, and just making him fall back all the way to the floor. And the dude just like, God, this dude's fast. Are you the anti-magic kid we've been hearing about? Asta's like, so you heard about me? Oh, I guess a lot of people know about me. It must be about the sword. The sword's pretty much famous. Anti-magic. You guys never heard about that, have you guys? And the dude is out for the count. And Asta's like, one guy down, one more to go. So Asta says, you've been saved by that freaky dude over there. Creepy guy over there, but let's see if you can actually fight me instead of getting saved. So the dude spawns that this huge zombie comes up and says, the dude spawns the zombie, says, he won't defeat this. And Asta just says, flame magic, burn. And then the blue flames just light in blue flames. And just dude's just like, what the hell? How'd you do that? What? You defeated my stuff that quick? But how? And dude's just like, you don't understand. My magic, my purgatory flame magic is nothing you've ever seen before. My magic comes straight from hell. What? Yes, my magic comes straight from hell. My magic is fire that's not from this world. My flames are stronger as I can control my flames as hot as the sun. And my flames, I didn't even use my full heat to destroy your thing. I only used about 2%. And the dude's just like, Asta's just walking up to him, says, is up the only spell you have? And the dude's just like, stay away from me, back up. And Asta just coats his hand with blue flames and just starts punching the dude like a rag doll, just tossing him around. And the dude's just like, stop, please. And Asta's like, this is for the people that you hurt. And just straight up punching him. This is for the people. This is for attacking the capital. And this is for showing up, and just starts beating him to a bloody pulp until and we get to Fugolian. Captain Fugolian is where he was teleported to a different dimension by the spatial magic guy, just like I said earlier. So while he's fighting him, the dude, while he's in there, he looks and he sees somebody that he knows, and it's the captain of the sun. Damn, I forgot what they're called. Damn it. Well, he's fighting the dude, and he gets his arm. While he's fighting him, Fugolian gets easily beat down because it's the Eye of the Midnight Sun. So the leader of the Midnight Eye of the Sun defeats Captain Fugolian like with ease, and just completely he cuts his arm off, and Fugolian is transported back into the real world, and Leopold is just like, brother, and he runs up to him and says, what's wrong? And Fugolian is just about to die, and and Mimosa tries to help him use her healing magic, but it's no use. It's working a little bit, but his grimoire starts to tear apart, meaning that he's dying, and once it's completely gone, he's dead. So yeah, so if you guys want to see part 4, if you want to see part 4 of What If Asta Had Purgatory Flame Magic, hit that like button, and subscribe. And if you guys have, and if you guys can give me other ideas for part 4. Give me other ideas for part 4.